everyone. Hi, Emily from New York. So,
Yay!
yeah, Emily is participating for the first time. She's so welcome, and everyone is here. Lynn, you can go and start the meeting.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I want to say that many years ago, for I was still doing Lynn's Kids. Many years ago, I felt like I wasn't doing enough in my life. And I was a teacher, and I took my children to the UN, and they spoke then. And I don't want you to get nervous about the UN. I'm going to give you security at the very end. And I just thought I needed to do a little more. And anybody who knows me knows that that's a joke in itself. I went into this place called, and most of you that I hear know that a requirement of being in Lynn's Kids Saving Souls is that you have to spend a little bit of time at New York Cares. And there was something very special about that organization. I swear, if I got paid by them, I'd be a millionaire by now. New York Cares is the most giving, wonderful. Although Emily, I just want to tell you about Emily that's here, and then she's going to talk a little bit about herself. Emily, to try to get her on the phone, it's like getting President Biden in the White House. She's always busy. So, Emily, what we said is that we're going to speak for a few minutes about how we got connected to Lynn's Kids and the job that our organization does for New York. Okay, take it away, Emily.
Thank you, Lynn. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Hi, my name is Emily Liu. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Officer of Volunteer Relations and Support here at New York Cares. For those of you who might not know our work, New York Cares was founded by a group of friends in order to make volunteering more accessible and equitable throughout New York City. So I'm proud to say we are now the largest volunteer management organization in New York. We have a common phrase around the office, which is, we have a project for that, meaning that we partner with schools, as Lynn is very familiar with, community organizations, 501c3 nonprofits, certain branches of our local city government as well, so that volunteers can get engaged in projects all around the city. We have projects every single day of the week at any given time for any type of thing that you can think of, from teaching adults or children, which Lynn has helped us with so much. We do food pantry programs, flower arrangements for seniors, taking care of goats and chickens on Governor's Island. There's absolutely everything for anyone who wants to get involved. And so I'm really excited that we have this opportunity to speak at the UN through Lynn. I myself will not be speaking. I'm happy to say that most likely our speaker will be our executive director, Supreet Saluja, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but I'll be taking notes and hopefully attending as well. So I hope to see you all in person.
Hi, Emily, I have a question for you. Do you have any children in your family, any cousins, young kids?
Yes, lots of little cousins.
Good, because at the end, I'm going to explain the format of the workshop. At the end of the workshop, we have a wonderful artist who's going to be coming in there to show the work that Lynn's Kids does with kids. And they'll be messy, because messy is fun. I don't do projects that are not messy. And so may I say how good it is to see your face?
Yes, it's so good to see you too.
Also, at the end of your portion, whoever is speaking, though I asked you that it could be Christopher, but I'm not going to go there. At the end of right, at the end, I will get him down there. Don't worry about it. At the end of your project of you speaking, I'm going to have people like Sanam, Lynn, and a few other volunteers are all ready to come to talk about why New York cares, what New York Cares does for us from our hearts, and how we have evolved through New York Cares.
That's amazing. I'm very excited that you'll all be there, and getting to hear first-person accounts of how our work has affected your lives and other people's lives is always really exciting too.
Okay, thank you, Emily. I really appreciate you being here. Okay, the next person I'm going to introduce is a part of my heart. And his name is George Hagler. I think she might have done a few New York kids. Okay, George and I go back many years. I have never met He worked also with me, not worked, because, well, he worked. I didn't. I volunteered for the public advocate. Working means getting a paycheck. Of course, I didn't, but he wound up at the public advocate's office as a social worker. So, George, I would like you to tell them a little bit about Lynn and George, and also about the wonderful work and the things that you do with children. Go ahead, George.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead, George.
Lynn.
The
Good
stage is
morning,
yours.
Lynn and Tikfik. And yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
perfectly.
Okay, yes. Can
Wonderful
you hear me?
face. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you, Emily, Lynn, Tafik, everyone. My name is George Hagler III, and I met Lynn many years ago, and she introduced me to the Public Advocate's Office, which I'd heard about, but didn't know much about. And I wound up volunteering for several months, and then they hired me, and I would go on to work with Letitia James in both capacities as a constituent services representative at the Public Advocate's Office, and then eventually the New York State Attorney General's Office. I am an ordained Protestant minister. I am non-denominational now, but I grew up Baptist and worked also as a member in the Methodist Church. But I am independent now, and I have an independent church that meets online on Sunday mornings. I've been in ministry 38 years. I am college
Come
educated.
to that. I need. What if you put up the chat?
9:30. Okay, I'll put it there. It's on the Zoom. I don't know how to put the coordinates, but
Okay,
I'll,
don't worry.
Yeah,
Send
our
it to
guy.
Bill so he
That's
can
just-
post it.
I'll put my name and number if anyone's interested.
Oh,
I'll
I
give
am.
you.
You never told me that.
Yeah, yes, I will.
Oh.
It's been 2 years now, so it's relatively new, but it meets at 9:30 on Sunday mornings, and I'll send it to you, and you can send it to anyone. The other thing is I do mentoring, what I call academic mentoring, and I get young people in college. I tutor young people, and basically, I'm a youth and senior citizen advocate for people in need on any stripe, whether it's homeless or NYCHA or whatever the case may be. And I am a father of 2 grown children, and I have a little grandson who is 3.5 years old who lives in Virginia. And other than that, I'm just so pleased to be with Lynn and Tafik and all of you. And I love the work that Lynn does through Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls. I'm also a freelance writer with the Harlem Times, and I'm also
Books.
a soon to be
Bring
published.
books to the UN. We're signing
Yes,
books. Bring books.
yes. So I'm working on a couple of things that will be out this year. And that's me. And I'm just glad to be here and glad to meet everyone. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you,
George
Tafik.
is
Thank you, Emily.
my pleasure. Love you. George is also
Love
going
you
to be
too.
my co-director for this meeting. Okay, the next person, I smile when I say his name because he is just an incredible person. He is brilliant. He is a giver. He is what he has done with his life. He started working in financial. He had other things that he had done before, but he started working. He does work with financial literacy, teaching children. I wish that I had had a financial literacy course. Maybe my life would be different. Maybe I'd have money and I wouldn't be so into giving and living and all that stuff. No, I really wish I had this. I'd like to introduce you to a very dear person in my heart because he cares so much about other people. Roy Paul.
Thank you, Lynn. Hi, everybody. I thank you for the kind introduction, and I apologize that I've got to run. I have a couple of work fires that I have to put out, but I do work in financial literacy. I actually think we were listed or worked in some capacity with New York Cares at some point.
Yes, you did. I know that.
Yeah, and so it's good to see her on the call. And we work with teenagers in high school, New York and Chicago, to teach them the basics of money management. And the goal is for all of them to be as rich as all of you are in your personal lives, with the mansions that you own in Newport, Hamptons, and Martha's Vineyard, and maybe even London or the south of France, or Vail, Colorado, if you ski. So we want them to be just right up there with you. And when your at the fancy Michelin star restaurants, they will be sitting across the table. And that's what we hope for. So thank you. I'm happy to be involved as much as I can. I love all of the work that all of you do. And I'm getting a bunch of wonderful vibes from the backgrounds. It's psychic, it is free flowing and positive, and that's all wonderful. So thank you all for helping me continue the rest of my day with a lot of positivity and hope.
Thanks, Roy. We'll
Thank
speak
you.
soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Next, I would like to, Tofik.
Yes.
I believe in Tofik. Who else is on the call, Tofik? Because I can't see people.
Sanam, Lasita, Oshri, Christine, Emily, and those, of course.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay. The next person I'm getting introduced is a young man who isn't so young anymore. Sorry to say that, Oshri, getting older stuff. He is a writer. He is an artist. And I have to tell you, he is by far, and I said this to my husband, he is by far the most human person. He writes like I do. He writes about things that are going to change the world, not to become a millionaire. And he hasn't had it easy in his life either, but we're not going into that. Oshri is a giving, wonderful person. We met many years ago through Sierra Leone. What happened is that I had Lynn's kids of Sierra Leone at the time, and Oshri was giving books, and I don't know, somehow we got involved. And then when I was having a Lynn's Kids conference in New York, I invited him in, actually tried to introduce him to a woman, me bad. And at the same time, I mean, I tell you, he's so human. And what I have very high hopes for this guy, because when we come, he's going to be doing, that's why he's laughing. He's going to be doing a wonderful, the end of the workshop plus the beginning. Oshri writes about peace, and his book, oh my God, his books touch my heart. And even if he thinks I'm not reading them, I do read. And he's just the most giving, amazing, and it's an honor for me because I want my husband to meet Oshri, and because they're both, to me, I think they're going to love each other because they're the most giving people I've ever met. Okay, Oshri, take it away. Talk to us a little.
Thanks, Lynn. Well, I feel younger than I was last time we met.
Yes, sure. Especially with your haircut. I love your haircut.
Yeah, me
Don't
too.
repeat.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I'm getting younger all the time. So,
You look great.
well, I'm really just happy to be on this call. Gosh, I think Lynn, we've known each other for about 15 years. Yeah, it's been a while, and it's been a while since the last time I was in New York to hang out with you. And
Love to rock and roll.
yeah, it'd be fun to do it again. And yeah, I put a lot of my time right now. I have a food business that I'm slowing down a lot and kind of condensing. We make like a chocolate alternative with carob, and then most of my time now is going into mindfulness and children's mindfulness meditation teaching, and then I write children's books and books for grown-ups that are illustrated. The main one that I've been sharing now is on suicide prevention. It's called Stay Alive. Yeah, it was a really meaningful project to work on. So yeah, now I'm developing besides teaching kids mindfulness, I'm working on developing a curriculum and workshop around sensitizing kids and I guess the social emotional elements that are involved in suicide prevention, and wanting to share that.
So badly.
Yeah, and I was reflecting with a friend the other day, like if I knew 15 years ago I'd be making illustrated books, I'd be so happy about that. And then if I knew that, well, one of the main ones I was trying to push is about suicide prevention because it's so needed, I'd be like, well, what kind of world are we headed into that's going to be such a relevant topic? So it's quite a wacky world. So it's good to connect with people who put their hearts out and care to put good vibes I appreciate what Roy was saying about feeling a lot of good vibes from the background.
I
So I
feel
want
it.
to
I feel
echo that. And yeah, Lynn has always drawn, as long as I know you've drawn some very like high integrity people around you. And so I've enjoyed that. So, yeah, maybe the ones of you who are in New York, maybe I'll get to meet you sometime in March if I get over
We'll
there.
all be at the meeting. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
I want to tell you a little bit about the format of the meeting because you're going to be very important. I mean, everybody's important, but you're going to be more important for a reason. We're going to do the book things. You'll be talking about what Oshri does, da 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 da. At the most important part of the meeting, the last hour or so, you're going to do projects with kids that care. You will send me a list of materials you need. And when you get here, the materials will be here. Because I think showing the UN, which is a very good place, but a little bit, boring, showing them how kids can come alive and how you could do projects that make kids learn through, like I always did this project with children that got them to think about topics like suicide and things like that through art, through other modalities. And that's why you're so important in this meeting. And at the end, we will be selling books, da 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 da. And one day that week, you and I will talk separately because I don't want to involve everybody here. We will have some kind of an art show, whether it's outside, even if I have to get a permit from Central Park, which will be an Oshri art show. We'll have some people selling books, but where you can actually sell your artwork if you have. We'll talk about that privately.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah. It might be quite a lot to get a bunch of art to New York, but we'll talk, and I'm sure it'll be fun. And mostly, I'm going for the
talk about that
company.
separately. It's not important. I'm just those any children, any friends you have that have children in New York. I want them at that meeting. I want a lot of kids.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Oshri. I know you're so busy.
Thank you.
Love you. Okay, next we're going to introduce Sanam, who is new to Lynn's life. She also a part of New York Cares. We met through a New York Cares project, and she is very resourceful and she's very caring. She was part of Lynn's Kids Toy Drive. Go ahead, Sanam, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. I wanted to just first say I apologize for my voice, and also I do love hearing the background stories of everyone here, and getting to a little bit, how you guys came to meet Lynn. I came to meet Lynn through her her New York Cares project last year, and basically that was specifically for English language learners. And it was nice because even though there were some different folks that came in, it was nice to get to know the folks and students that came back and were part of the core group. So, and then I got to know a little bit more about Lynn's Kids as well. And, and the opportunities and activities that Lynn and Tofik have been spearheading and involved in the city, and both as part of New York Cares and outside of New York Cares as well. So I love to, hear about and be inspired by such organizations, and to listen to the people that are part of this group. So thank you for
some hot tea with lemon, as my husband would say. Okay, I'm going to introduce another person who is going to be in Lynn's Kids Morocco. I invited her here she's actually not from New York. I invited her here because I wanted her to observe the meeting, but this is a very special woman. And even though she's not part of this meeting, I just want her to tell you in about 5 minutes or so what work she does. Kristen Yakahama works with women, and I got to know her because of Saving Souls Women's Network, which is a subsidiary of Lynn's Kids. Okay, take it away, Christine. I hope she's not having problems with her internet.
Okay, Christine. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning. Good evening, everyone. My name's Christina Hammer. I work at the subnational level, that is Kakamega County in Kenya. What I do, I work with women in the mine. We are trying to do health education on mercury that they use in cleaning the gold. And also the ore that they touch normally causes silicosis, becomes a challenge. And then now what you're trying to do, you're trying to train them on how they can come up with other income generating activities, because the mercury is really affecting their health badly. For instance, you find they're giving birth to children with defects. So what they are doing right now, we formed groups. Through these groups, they are selling sweet potatoes, they're selling arrowroots, and then they do something we call table banking. And then members can also borrow the money. They plow it back in the income generating activity. Part of it others borrow, they save, they share the money at the end of the year. And their children, as I'm speaking, as for now, they are not going to do casual work in the mine. They are now at school. Part of the proceeds, they are enabling the parents to buy books and also pay for the school fees. When I joined Lynn's Kid, I've seen there's some progress, because now they are sharing my stories. People are reaching out to partner and support our programs. And again, there are those books that Lynn is selling. Those books are very good and they're really encouraging, especially to our children. They are really inspiring them to an extent that now they're telling me these books are inspiring. It's good what Lynn is doing. At least she won't expire without inspiring much of us. And one of the takeaways that I was thinking, if we could get those books, I want when schools open.
Definitely. We will discuss that another time, but definitely we have a whole book thing. We have you with a whole bunch of books. We have 8 also from Morocco, and we'll discuss that at Lynn's Kids Morocco, okay?
Yes.
So, thank you very much for coming today, Christine. Okay,
thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Next, I want you to meet somebody who won't be at the UN with us, but I feel like I have to introduce her. Saving Souls Women's Network, which is a part of my strong passion, meets every other Monday. We're a group of international women who try to help discuss the problems in our different countries. And at the same time as we're discussing the problems, we try to find solutions. Well, a wonderful woman came into my life when I first started this, and her name is Lasita Shalev. The reason I'm even introducing, she's a little bit on the quiet side. You don't have to speak for her now. You can for a few seconds. I know Tofik has that smile because Tofik feels about Lasita as I do. She is the most human person I ever met. She also deserves to be introduced. She is a donor monthly for Lynn's Kids. Okay, Lasita, say a few words, please.
Well, I work pretty hard at the moment for a different company. And so
Okay.
mostly I am giving through money to various charities, but quite a lot of them. So I give small amounts to many different places. In my lifetime, I have volunteered a lot, starting from when I was in medical school, but I never became a doctor. But I've been involved in alternative healing since then. But I was doing soup kitchens in my own time. So I really appreciate what you're doing in New York. I now live in New Mexico. And I have mothered, and I now have some grandchildren, but they're out in Vermont, so I don't see them a lot, hardly ever nowadays. But I'm here supporting in the background. So lots of love.
Thank God for that every week.
Where in New Mexico are you?
I'm based in Santa Fe.
Okay. Well, maybe I started seeing someone a couple months ago who lives in Santa Fe. So next time I come out, if you're open, I'd love to get tea or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can meet outside. I'm extremely cautious about masking up and things like that. So
Outside is good. Yeah.
Good. Sounds
Those are
good.
good. Okay, thank you very much, Lisita. Is Will here, Trophy?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I will
Who do
call
we have
him.
left there? What? Who?
I will call him. Go ahead.
Who else is here? No, you don't have to call him. Who else is here?
Yes, Emily, Christine, George, Sanam, Oshri, and everyone has already introduced
Okay.
himself. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to introduce you to the most important person in Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls. And I'll tell you why he's the most important person. Because to live with Lynn is not an easy thing. I can go from highs to lows. Most men expect their wives to be in bed when they wake up at 1 in the morning. He knows that I'm sitting on that chair. Tofik is not only my husband, he's the most wonderful man I ever met. He is not only my husband, he's my business manager because he's the one man I can trust. I trust him with money more than I trust myself with money. And we found out the other day when I went to Verizon that I made a lot of mistakes. So Tofik is not only my business manager, he is also has, how can I even put it? He does wonderful UN, he does videos and Daddy gets paid for the UN, I don't pay him. He does wonderful videos for the UN, but what makes Tofik the most special person in the world is he has the biggest heart in the world. Anybody who has ever come into my house to eat knows that you don't come into a house to eat, you come for an experience. This man doesn't stop. There are times I'd like to just like say to him, stop, but he wouldn't listen anyway. He does a lot of work with us. He's an author, he is my business manager, and he does the web. The web content is second to none. Take it away, Tofik.
Hello. Don't spoil me, my beloved Lynn.
Don't worry,
Don't
this is
spoil
for
me,
Lynn's
okay.
time.
So
Get on.
anyway, I'm Taufik Sadiki. I met Lynn in Morocco, my country, 5 years ago. Let's say, 2015. So 7 years ago, we met at a conference where Lynn was leading a teachers training workshop. And, I didn't expect to go there. A friend of mine who is a teacher and part of Moroccan Association of Teachers of English. So just go there and was so excited to attend this beautiful American lady giving training. Training.
It's visual
workshop.
problems, everybody.
So I won't be long, but believe me, 1, 2, 3, when I saw this lady, I be prepared, fell in love. How is that? I don't know. We did that workshop. It was a great workshop. Then later on, we made an appointment to meet in another city. Anyway, it took us 2 years to have 3 years to come here to New York. And since that time we're together, and I want to tell some, thing that maybe many people don't know. Lynn, this lady is young by heart. This lady is kind to everyone. This lady never talks about what she does for everyone. She just all the time say this sentence, we're giving so others can make a living. So I want to say, I know everyone has something to say. I love this lady and she is my mentor. When I came here, I was, a dummy. She went with me step by step. First thing she did, I remember on March 2nd, 2018. And guess what? On March 3rd, she took me to New Yorkers, where Emily is there. And I was quite like, wow. And she pushed me to come to this volunteering activity. And since then, we're together there. I have been volunteer. Then 1 year ago, I have been team leader. It's not the occupation or the name of, I love this lady, and without Marlene, nothing will happen to me and to us. Thank you for your love, and I love you. Lynn, and unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Tell us what you do for Lynn's kids and Saving Souls and the website and the UN and everything else.
Yeah, actually, I'm more technical than I develop websites and I arrange every meeting on Zoom, especially being a moderator. I get in touch with everyone to attend these meetings. We don't have only Lynn's Kids meetings, we have Saving Souls Women's Network meeting. We have special meeting with many kind of people, homeless, who are in need. We are in touch with kids doing their homework, not only via New Yorkers, but other people who needs help. We offer free courses sometimes of language acquisition. I speak Arabic, French, and English, so we talk about giving free courses through Zoom, and we have special contacts with many people around the world. We have partners in many African countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Kenya, Algeria, Morocco, and of course some partners are from US, like my sister Lasita, like Sanam, like Leah, who is in UK. All the work is concentrated on giving others so they can make a good living. So concerning the UN conference will be
The web. I want you to talk about the web.
the web, yes. So I developed this site I have online with our own domain name. I work when we do any activity globally or locally, I put it on the website so all people can check and benefit from all what we do. We have a books library through this website. Lynn Rosen, she is an author. She started writing from 2009, and she won't like that. She wrote almost 450 books.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, she doesn't know. You know why? Because she never checked what she wrote. She wrote a lot of books that she doesn't remember what
don't
she
make
wrote.
me sound important.
Anyway,
I write a lot of
we
books
have
for
a new
children,
book
so that
library
counts
in the
too.
website. Every book, written by Lynn, and I have the chance to write my own books with the help of Lynn, of course. And through these books library, of course, they are charged. You can go there and check the introduction, everything. But one main big deal that we do, those money we earn from selling those books
goes to the project, the book, what the book's about.
Our main activity to helping others locally and globally. We don't keep 1 cent for our books. Yes,
Okay,
Lynn.
honey, could you show them that clip that I wanted you to show them from or it can't happen?
Yeah.
Can you show them?
Unfortunately, through Zoom we can't do that, but I will put the link. And
Why don't you
later
put the
on,
link and people can see it on the website?
Yeah, one thing about the conference that we will have it in March, and it's a big event, and some people will come to the UN and attend this
I'm going to be
event.
talking about safety factors.
Yeah, but at the same time, people who can't make it, I'm planning to project that online, live from the UN to any place around the world, especially with our foreign partners.
Great.
So we will broadcast everything we do at the UN during the event. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay, so that's my. Is there anybody else that I skipped or not? Everybody's here. Nobody new.
Now everyone talk.
No will.
No will.
Okay, perfect. Now I want to just tell you a little bit, since everybody else talked, I'm going to just give you a little bit of a, before we do with questions and answers, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background of what you have to go through to go to the UN. You have to be, for those of us who have not been in the UN, I think most of us who live in New York probably have been. It is imperative that you, first of all, wear comfortable shoes because it takes forever to get through security. Second of all, just make sure you're not wearing a lot of jewelry because it starts beeping and then they don't let you through. And what happened, what they're going to put up for that day, and as soon as I get the final notes, I'll be able to have another. We don't have no reason to meet, just George and I, because George is my co-partner, and Sophie. It's a boy, and there are 100 meetings that same day because it's a week of women's history. Now, the exciting part about that is that people get to see what groups, and then they choose. So we might all just be sitting and having fun, or we might have 100 people. In any case, especially a place like New York Cares, any organization like Roy Paul, Sensibility, those are the people who should bring, who should bring give backs, like information about New York Cares, keychains, anything that you can bring that will get them to realize who you are. And yeah, maybe I'll think about them the next time I have a project. That's important. Also, every speaker will get like 14 minutes to speak. And there are reasons, because I want the end. It's not about us talking about our companies. I mean, that's fine. But it's about showing what people like Oshri and what Lynn, I'm going to do, I'm going to actually have my drums. I hope to God I have good drums. But in any case, I'm going to be doing a musical lesson with kids, and then Oshri's going to break into the art. And when he works with kids, it is the most exciting thing in the world. So dress comfortably.
Lynn, if you don't
And
mind.
if you have any family
Yes, Lynn. I guess Christine did have more to say if you let her.
Tomorrow's meeting. This is not,
okay.
Christine is not going to be at, Sophie, Christine is going to be not at that meeting. I'm only talking to people who are going to be at that meeting.
I mean,
invited her as a guest, like I invited
today. I mean, today she can have.
So if you, no, today she's not, today she's an observer.
Okay. Okay.
She's going to be talking in Lynn's Kids Morocco.
Okay.
Which is on Wednesday. Okay.
Sure.
So what I'm trying to say before you interrupted me, yes, everybody will speak for a few minutes. Go, however long they speak. Do giveaways, but I guarantee you that the end of the meeting will rock that UN. Their meetings, don't quote me, are very, very boring. But we're not going to let it be boring. We're going to have, I almost fell asleep at the meeting I went to. So we're going to have a real good time. Now we're going to leave this part of the meeting. So if I'm going to ask, are there any questions? There's nothing to be worried about. The UN has a fancy name, but let me tell you, they're happy to have us. I was shocked. When I was first asked, I've been doing stuff like this forever. When I first asked to do a Lynn's Kids meeting, I thought, oh, okay, whatever, I'll do the speech because I'll be part of 100 people, because that's what they do. They have these huge meetings. Everybody speaks. By the time it comes to your turn, there's no time for you. So he said to me, how do you want to do this? I said, how many people are going to be speaking? And he said, this is only for you. I thought I would faint. I never expected that. I wanted to do it to everybody, every group in New York, like New York Cares, like Sensibility. Every group in New York that gives back should be rewarded. I'm sorry, they should be rewarded. And the fact that Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls Women's Network was rewarded, I really, really, it's an honor. Now, if there are any questions and answers, if you have any questions, please let me know and we'll try to answer. Anyone, it doesn't matter if you don't, that's even better. Going on.
What's the date? When is this going to happen?
The date will be March 22nd. That's the final. That's one of March 22nd. It will probably be, they don't give you the time, at 2 p.m. I'll know more. They keep changing things around, so I should know more. I'll send it to Saving Souls Women's Network so we all know, okay? Any other questions?
I think I'm going to jump off. It was really nice to meet everyone here.
My
And
pleasure.
I look
Thank you for
forward to
coming,
meeting
Oshri.
everyone, Tafik and George, Christine, Emily, Wasita, I look forward to, and Sanam, I look forward to connecting with you. I hope I didn't miss anyone just now, but thank you. It was
I'm
really
sure
a
you did a
delight.
good job.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you again after, it's been a lot of
Can't
years.
wait.
Yeah,
Let's rock and roll.
all right. And
Okay,
you'll see,
bye-bye,
I
honey.
got
Thanks for
younger.
coming.
All right, take care.
I'm always, younger is
Bye.
always better.
Happy New
Bye,
Year,
honey.
everyone. Bye.
Happy New Year to you. Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting asking Father George to do something. George, we have so many people in New York. I'm sad to say all over the world, some people that we know and that we care about, who have fallen not only to COVID, but a very dear family member of Saving Souls Women's Network, Leah, is very, very sick. So very sick, Lucita. We'll talk about that at our Saving Souls meeting. And not only Leah, but so many people. And I would like, George, for you to say a prayer, if you don't mind.
Yeah, George left already. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So Tofik, we'll go to the next prayer person. So Mr. Tofik, can you say a prayer for Leah and everybody else?
Well, oh my Lord Allah, my Lord Hashem, on the name of Jesus the Christ, we pray for Leah, our sister, who used to be here at every meeting. She goes through hard times, and as she is a sweet and so kind lady, we raise our hands, everyone, and pray for her speedy recovery, and she can make it again and come back to our meetings, and pray for her that she will be
She's very
well
sick. You
soon.
have to know she's very sick.
Amen.
Thank you, Tofik. Amen. Okay, I want to just tell the rest of you who are left on here about something special that's happening for tomorrow. And that involves Christine. It involves Lucita. It involves us and a couple other people who are not on the call anymore, and people from other places. I finally got that one wonderful couple, and I love these two. And the title of the workshop will be From Car Going Far. And this was a couple that took crystal meth. They had their child taken away from them, and what they've done with their lives. So but the one thing that we're going to do differently with that meeting, this is where it's very informal. We're going to, they're going to be speaking about what they went through when their baby was taken away from them. And through the help of Saving Souls Women's Network, I counsel them because we don't charge for counseling. And I've been working with them, especially Pablo. And I've been working with them 2 or 3 days a week. And I work with Pablo's counselor. Kristen got a wonderful job. Pablo got a wonderful job. They'll be here in New York, and I will be publicizing a meeting that we're going to have at All Souls Church up in Manhattan, because it's such a wonderful place. It really just touches my heart. I could have had it in the synagogue. Nah, because this is a holy place. And then we're going to do this Kristen started a business venture. We're going to do a silent auction. And I'm going to teach everyone. We're going to have Sanam. You will love it. This is going to be so much fun. So that's tomorrow's meeting, and it's a meeting where we're going to be muting everybody because I want them to tell their story, but at the end, then they're very, very open. I have watched this couple go from the grounds, because the mother asked me to help. I haven't spoken to the mother in months, but that's okay. The mother asked me to help, and I have watched this couple go from the ground to, I had such hopes for them, and they did, and they succeeded. And not only because of me, because they were ready. I was a crisis counselor many, many years ago, and they were ready to face the world. I work with their children. We're also writing a book together. I mean, it's lucky I work 20 hours a day because they're people from across the sea. I have to be able to meet in the middle of our night. But the satisfaction that I get is better than any paycheck. So, ladies, I'm hoping that you'll be there. We want as many people there to support this wonderful couple and to show them how proud we are. Okay? So
Okay.
this is going to be a workshop. I know it's not on our regular day, and I know that Lisita does not
Mhm.
like when I go off on regular day. But I have to tell you that I had to accommodate them because she works on Monday. That's why
Okay.
that meeting will be on Tuesday. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So thank you so
Tomorrow or when?
yes, I said you will have the notice as soon as Tofik sends it out.
Okay. I may not be able to make
That's
it.
okay, Lisita. I
Okay.
know that. But you're always with us in spirit.
Mm.
Okay, everyone, we love you all, and I can't thank you enough for coming. And we'll see
Okay.
you when we see you. Okay?
Okay. See you. Bye.
Sanam, wait a second. Sanam, you
Mhm.
need to speak to me on because there's a very important reason. You need to speak to me on let's go to Facebook Messenger because you will be very happy that you spoke to me. We're not going to speak, we're going to type because we won't have to use your voice. Christine, we'll see you at tomorrow's meeting, but especially at Lynn's Kids Morocco, where you'll be able to talk Wednesday. It's Wednesday for Lynn's Kids Morocco. We will be able to talk as much as you want. This was only a UN meeting, but I just gave all of you the courtesy to come and just see what we're doing anyway, because you're my sister.
Special thanks to Emily from New York as she
Oh, yes, I thank you. I would
our
thank
meeting for
Emily
the
even
first
more if she
time.
called me back. That would be a nice thing.
Yeah,
Because I think we should talk to her.
yeah, she's so dedicated
Yes.
to serve New Yorkers, and we never have
I love Emily.
the
She
chance
knows
to
that.
meet her. Now we can meet her. She shows her face, beautiful face, and thank you for being here.
Of
Okay.
course. Thank you all for having me.
Okay.
Okay, Emily,
Yes.
I know you're very busy, but I think that tomorrow's meeting might excite you. It's a couple.
Mhm.
See, if I saw New York kids doing more projects like this, I would like it. It's like giving the heart, giving from the heart. I'm watching somebody who had nothing, no purpose of living. They took away her kid. She was on crystal meth. He was on a crystal meth. And what these two have turned around and done with their lives. We're going to send you an invitation. You do not have to come. I know how busy you are because you never accept my phone calls. So it's a fine thing.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
Lynn.
great. Emily, I know how
Bye-bye.
busy you are. Thank you so much for coming.
Everyone.
And
Thanks for having me.
okay, everyone.